All right, aviation little canabbers. Hey, just a real quick talk here as far as what we've got done, what we want to do. I want to do this before my storage fills up. Um, but this is obviously Google Classroom showing you what you've covered so far, what you have assigned. And right now we are on this part right here. And I think most of you turned that in. That's that little, the idea of going over the flow chart. Yeah, it didn't work that well to have you guys put it in little squares or whatever. I'll do something different next time. We'll go through it together. But the idea is we wanted to go through the whole. This is a really good note unit as far as what's all out there with the history of flight. Now, what you were supposed to do, and what I want you to do, is we're going to break this down into a couple of sections. And that's what note analysis day one was. If we go back to, let me see what's here, right here. We go to the flow chart, copy of flow chart. And we look at this darn thing. Okay. So you can see that it's broken down into a couple of sections. You're going to have everything before the first powered flight is going to be one section. Okay. Then we've got the post-Wright brothers, actually up to World War I. So that's a section right there from first flight to World War I, then World War I to kind of World War II, and then World War II to now. And so that's kind of what we're going to break it down into. And that's the assignments that I'm after right here. So like when I assign note analysis day one, you're supposed to talk about everything that, kind of summarize everything that happened with aviation, pre-Wright brothers. For like an example here, for ancient China, okay? Just put it down in a couple paragraphs or whatever else, that up to that, there wasn't, obviously there were no motorized anything. You had hot air balloons, you had the Zeppelins, that kind of stuff. But the whole key with all of this is that, again, there was no controlled flight, but the guys got started with gliders. And again, no engines attached to any of this stuff, and they couldn't control it. So they just took these things off and went down a hill, and one guy broke his neck or whatever. But then the Wright brothers, they're the ones that came in and actually came up with controllable flight. You can see there in the structure, they're kind of flying it like a kite. And that's what made these guys special. Then they put an engine on it. And so the point is that they actually got this thing to fly. And then, everything changed after that. So your first assignment, that was what you're after, is you write down a summary of what all led up to this right here. Talk about all the previous, everybody at Octave, Lilienthal, just throw a little bit in there. The big ones are going to be dealing with what really helped out the Wright brothers. But just some examples of other things that went on. But the biggest thing is none of them had controlled flight